FIMA, I have been very focused with this brand for the last now almost like I think 4 or 5 years, and that's where I have been really enjoying this brand. The one which I am really impressed one, which is the recent one, which is in my project, is the Parkland, and the So, which is my personal favorite, which I would love to use because then I can really mix the wood and the concrete and try to engage the bathrooms the way we thought that we could have never ever designed, but we feel that this is what is really adding a jewel to the space. I don't think I was as all is an accident. First of all, I'm an interior designer and not an architect. I love to call myself as an interior designer more than anything else. But let me tell you that I was pursuing chemical engineering, and I realized much earlier on time that yes, this is a profession that which probably I will not be able to make it. Very poor in mathematics, and I realized that probably I could not be an engineer. Back in that time, which was I think I'm talking about what almost about say 30, 31, 32 years. It was a kind of a taboo that you are changing your stream. You don't want to do pursue, because my father was an engineer and my everybody in my family had a kind of a degree. But yes, I followed my heart. I got into interiors, and probably I think it has shaped me as a person, and this profession has really given me my wings in my life. And as and when we proceeded, it's been now more than 24 years in this journey, and Preeti has joined in also very recently. Although she is a part of the company from its inception, she is a founder, but then she came into action almost say about 5 to 6 years ago, and has become an integral part of the studio. And now I feel that she has made her own space in the studio with the innovation which is coming in, the design sense, the aesthetics, a lot, which I believe is something which I attribute to her efforts. But the journey has been only possible with some constant, as I always believe. There has to be certain constant, and the constant has been the team that we have. Immensely a part of as a core, as a family. We have had great rough patches which every company goes through. But I believe the constant of your team members sticking around you during your bad and your good, and I believe largely when it is good, when we are on the stead, I believe the team is the one which really ensures that you can reach out as much as you want. A lot of senior team members have now joined in recently in the past couple of years, and I should say that it has helped the company overall. We are, of course, setting our footprints in the UAE. We are setting our footprints into a few more states in India, which probably were not our domain. So I could say one thing, that probably we have worked in almost 19 states in India. And that has been probably our USP. We look out for that, as well as, of course, we are trying to channelize ourselves overseas. But moreover, let me tell you that when you come back to this studio, the pulse is all about here, and the pulse is all about the teamwork, and that's what IPAPL is for. So I believe it is a good choice. Who would not want to have a good choice? But the point here is that I want to bring about is that once you have a certain choice, okay, you can't be hungry enough to look out for more. Okay, so we usually find a situation wherein that if you already have a choice, okay, and you're in that process, and if you're happy and satisfied that this is where I want to finally take a deal and finally take a call, and then all of a sudden there is some new Insta feed coming in, and there's something which is coming in, and then you're like, oh gosh, I should have looked at that. So this process is going to be endless. And as a matter of fact, we realize that this at some point of time definitely hits a project in taking a decision, in making a decision. Whereas I believe that there has to be, as I just mentioned, some moderation, as in where do you really want to stop the buck. But having choices is always great. That is the most important part of the project, let me tell you. And by now, the kind of clientele that we are servicing, is probably the families that we know. And at times, this is the task that we get into first before getting into the design board. Understanding the personality, giving them a story which they would prefer. Uh, we are doing something which is very important. We are trying to give them a lifestyle which they already have one. So, yeah, it's a task to do, but that's where what we enjoy most. And if we nail that, nothing like it. So by now, the client that we cater to already have a lot of exposure. They are very well traveled. And at the same time, when it comes to the tech or the gadgets, I believe they are really hands-on, because any knowledge or any access that we have, they have probably much more better on. And that is what they are more passionate about. But when it comes to maybe which are more core interior related products, or maybe a lifestyle, or maybe something which is, there's some new fabric which has come in, or there are some new products which have come in, they are more or less quite aligned with what's really happening around. It doesn't take much time, and I'm in think they come into that auto mode very soon. The moment we are into a project, everybody's on. In the last, say, about a decade, and largely in the last 5 years, if you see, we day in and day out see a lot of materials coming in, brands trying to upgrade themselves, trying to get more design oriented aspects to every product that you see. Okay. Why has that happened is because overall globally things have evolved, and everybody has got more aspirational in terms of trying to acquire a good design, a good lifestyle, and overall everybody wants to have a better quality of product what they have, or a better quality of experiences that they were put had earlier. It's great that we have a huge lot of palette now available for the kind of solutions that we want our clients to have. Our clients have a lot of choice. Of course, everybody is spoiled with the choices, and probably there is the good and the bad of this situation as well. But I would say that in fact, I feel it's more engaging. It's more exciting to keep looking, to keep hunting. But as I just mentioned, that for everything there has to be a bit of a moderation. So you really enjoy the influx of new things coming in, but a moderation is of course what we look at. I believe the water dot technology is which has really impressed me, and it is giving me enough freedom to design, and allows me to express the way I feel the showering systems could be. I think this is one technology which has come in. We've recently introduced in our project, and we look forward to probably engage more. But that is something which is really exciting. Well, that is one of the most challenging things that we feel is what our studio is facing nowadays. I'm a person who loves the speed. Okay, and I believe that's where we all focusing ourselves to. But nothing really happens within a span of time, which it is not supposed to be. Everything has a process, everything at a time. And I believe we are very happy and lucky enough that the clients understand that we do take time to do our process in preparing our design, and getting them on the design board, finally to them. And there I feel that we are quite lucky that they don't push us. And if they do, probably we try to give them some renders which they say, no, you can take your time. So yeah, initially it was not so very easy, but we were trying to learn the trick of how to handle this. And I believe that I followed few of my clients whom I was working for. We were doing their homes and we were doing their offices, and we could see that how they are able to manage maybe more offices than what even we just have two offices at two different locations. So the science is very simple. You empower people, and and they are the ones who take it forward. Having a setup is very important. Of course, we are in Mumbai, but the reason that we have an office in Kolkata is because we have a fair share of work out on that part of India. Having an office gives a lot of confidence to the clients in that region. That is one thing we realize, that it really makes a lot of difference. The connectivity between the studio here and there is much more aggressive. Uh, we deal with a lot of products, we deal with lot of activities. So having a base at a location actually speeds up the process. So I think all in all, it worked, and we went through those initial learnings. But I believe yes, that has really in a way given us a good fair share of our understanding of the state and the culture, and has helped us give out good projects. So FIMA, I have been very focused with this brand for the last now almost like I think 4 or 5 years, and that's where I have been really enjoying this brand. Um, Very specifically, the reason is because I find that you guys have something which is a bouquet of products, and it is not the entire range of a large basket, because that gets much more difficult. Um, the one which I am really impressed one, which is the recent one, which is in my project, is the Parklin, which I felt that it really given nuances of being luxury, at the same time the art deco and the look and feel about it. The Spilotech, as we just have also used in one of our projects, and we realized that it has its own sensibility of design. And the So, which is my personal favorite, which I would love to use, because then I can really mix the wood and the concrete, and try to engage the bathrooms the way we thought that we could have never ever designed. But we feel that this is what is really adding a FEMA to the bathroom gives us adding on just kind of a lapel clip, or maybe is of such some kind of a jewel to the space, which is what I believe is a subtle way of doing it. And I would say that that's luxury. uh, Speak less, talk more is what happens when you put up this brand, and that's why I love this. I believe the generation now is much more sorted than at our times. When we started, uh, the digital world is in fact helping this segment a lot. And but I simply advise probably the next gen out here now who are into this profession is that we need to have the pencil in your hand, and the sketches still have to be made. You can't do away without that. To understand the sense of proportions within from your own hand. I may sound like an old school, but I believe that that still works.